Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. Let me thank you for giving me this opportunity, and good afternoon to you, members of the press, colleagues, and fellow citizens. Over the past 15 months, this government has been working with focus and discipline to stabilize Ghana's power sector and deliver a more reliable supply of power to homes. We show that as of December 2024, the deficit of a gap that posed a serious risk to national productivity and economic activity. When we inherited office, we told you the challenge and confronted the challenge. We implemented structural reforms across the entire value chain, from generation, transmission, through distribution, and its related areas. These reforms showed measurable results, and you can attest that for a very long time, the power was relatively stable, and we received a lot of commendation. On the generation side, independent power producers, generation, increased gas consumption from Jubilee, from TEN, and from N-Gas, stabilizing gas supplies. On the fuel side, with liquid fuels, we equally stabilized it. We brought discipline in the distribution sector, culminating in increased revenue collection, and more importantly, a very disciplined expenditure framework for ECG and NETCO. Whilst in 2024, ECG spent about 9.3 billion. This year, ECG spending 1.8 billion through efficiency, but spending that amount on critical infrastructure. And everybody can attest to that fact. Last year alone, we restored the partial risk guarantee from the World Bank, which had been depleted, $500 million. We paid over 1.4 billion energy sector debt, restoring confidence in the sector and ensuring that we deliver reliable power to the people of Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, taken together, these efforts have resulted in a period of relative stability in power supply, one that many Ghanaians have experienced over the past year. However, and as happens in life, recently we've had some major challenges. These challenges have become a two-pronged challenge. The first is the unfortunate incident that just occurred over the weekend. The second is the technical challenges we faced based on the obsolete equipment, overloaded transformers, and transformers that have been failing. But notwithstanding these challenges, the overall trajectory of the power sector remains strong, progressive. We continue with the reforms, and I must say that the sector remains resilient despite the recent challenges. And as Minister for the sector, even though this is a very challenging period, I am determined to work with the team to ensure that we overcome these challenges. And so, members of the press, with your permission, I will deal with these two challenges. And with your permission, I'll take care of the incident that happened at Akosombo last week. I address you today first on what happened to Ghana's biggest generation plant, the Akosombo plant. An unexpected and significant incident that has greatly and significantly disrupted power evacuation across the country. Fellow citizens, this incident represents one of the most serious and unprecedented disruptions ever experienced in Ghana's power sector. And in the energy sector, Akosombo used to serve as a balance of load. And so hitherto, all of us even